Come to me. Closer. Come closer. Alone, you cannot defeat it. But with my help, you can. Yes. At last, I feel the beat of a mortal heart beneath my breastplate. It is surprisingly spacious in here. Your mind is far more complex than I'd imagined. Now is your opportunity to destroy the Lich. Take it before it slips from your grasp. And so, at last, I have the opportunity to meet the champion of Cyrodiil in person. Or as close to in person as is possible in this place. You cannot begin to imagine how long I have waited in eager anticipation of this meeting. Truly, it is an act of fate that it was you who found me. But I digress. You will have to excuse my bad manners, but in the excitement of meeting you in the flesh, I seem to have misplaced my common courtesy. Permit me to introduce myself. I am the Armour of Malevolence. Or more correctly, I am that which resides within the Armour of Malevolence. I am not you, though in this particular instance, I do happen to be using your form as my vessel. No, you and I are two entirely separate entities, though from this point onwards, we are symbiotes. I am merely occupying a small corner of your mind and changing the decor to better suit my desires. You know, moving an armoire here, hanging a painting there. Alas, my renovations are far from finished, and so must remain unseen for the meantime. Where we are now is one of the completed areas within my small residence inside of your mind. Pray tell, what do you think of my choice of color scheme? That is correct. I share my symbiote's conscience, and in return my symbiote shares in my power. It is a mutually beneficial relationship. From this point onwards, the two of us are inseparable and dependent on one another in order to survive. The mutuality of our relationship ultimately means that neither of us has the upper hand, and thus we work together for our combined survival. Such is the epitome of symbiosis. You and I are symbiotes. To the same extent that a weapon is nothing without the appropriate wielder, you and I are nothing without each other. our relationship can be one forged in the fires of destiny, and all manner of glory can stand before us, should we so desire it. I can show you. I can open you to the limits of the greatest power you can imagine. Yet in turn, I need blood. There are those in Tamriel that harbor the ability to undo the greatness I can bestow upon you. Their blood will be the mortar that solidifies our symbiosis. All of the most unachievable, malevolent desires that reside deep within your soul, I can make possible. But only if you and I can come to an accord. If, however, we are unable to reach such an agreement, well, in such a circumstance, I would be forced to take hold of your ragged body and make it the means to my ends. You will be naught but a puppet, and I will be your master. The choice is yours, but either way, I will have the blood I so desire, with your cooperation or without it. Our time together grows short. You will need to leave this place soon and begin your task of drawing the blood I so desire. Thus, I'm afraid that I need to deliver unto you an ultimatum that at this point I'm not entirely sure is justified. Should you refuse to fulfill your part in this relationship, I will imprison you here forevermore. You will remain locked in this corner of your mind, while I take control of your body manually and fulfill the necessary tasks myself. I would prefer not to be forced into such an irrational course of action. I would much prefer to work with you rather than against you. You and I can be truly great together, or we can destroy one another by rejecting the symbiotic nature of our relationship. Ultimately, the choice is yours. Think on what I have said, and remember, the choice is yours.